Shingal, the capital of the Yazidis, lies in ruins, devastated by invasion and the fight for liberation. Most people fled when so-called Islamic State took the city and killed and enslaved thousands. Now that the Islamists have been expelled, only a few residents have returned. In many parts, Shingal feels like a ghost town. 2.5 years after liberation from IS, only 3,000 families have returned to a city which once had more than 80,000 inhabitants. There's still no sign of reconstruction. There are no hospitals, schools or functional administration. Yazidis living in Shingal feel abandoned by their politicians.
We've got no electricity, and the water is bad. There are bombs and mines all over the place. They have to clear them.
You just can't live here. There's no work, so people aren't coming back.
If the situation doesn't improve soon, then we who have returned will leave again.
Stefan Elias wants to stay no matter what. The 24-year-old studied to be a teacher, but there are no schools. So he opened up a glass workshop with a friend. The problem is that nothing is being rebuilt, which means even his business is struggling.
People won't come back as long as there are so many different political groups here, working only for themselves. There are 1,000 different groups, and they're all only looking after their own interests.
He means the different militias that are still active in the city. They run their own checkpoints and have their own agendas. All parties want influence here in the Sinjar mountains. Being close to the Syrian border, the region is strategically important to Kurds, to the central government in Baghdad, to Turkey and Iran. Shingal's mayor, Fahad Hamid Omar, says the city's people are suffering from this clash of interests. He is a Yazidi, put in office by the central government, then left to fend for himself.
We Yazidis are treated like 4th or 5th class citizens. Let me give you an example. I had to live in the mountains for 3 years and 5 months. There were 6,000 families in the mountains. If we weren't Yazidis, they would have taken care of us like they did other people.
Residents come to him every day asking for money for reconstruction, but he can't help them. The government says it wants to press on with rebuilding Shingal, but Omar is pessimistic. After the latest protests, he says, he expects any available money to be spent elsewhere.